Hustling to reach your goals isn't the most effective way. Working harder, putting in more hours, doesn't mean more and quicker results. It's not about how many hours you put in, but it's what you put into those hours. And I'm not just talking about productivity. I'm going to be talking about a more powerful and effective concept to get more results without the risk of burnout. Hey, this is Sam, and let's talk about hustle culture. The whole thing with hustling is about working harder in order to get more results. The harder we work, the more results we get. And this is the theory. But the problem is there is a sustainability issue with this, because I think many people get sucked into this. They listen to all the gurus out there, post 7 times a day on TikTok or whatever the latest advice is. But the problem is that the sustainability issue of this is that it's like you're starting a business, or you're starting something and you're hustling, you're working hard. Well, what happens in 6 months' time when you haven't achieved the level of success, you haven't got the business off the ground? Many people get sucked into this, and that's why they burn out. This is the problem with this whole, what's the latest side hustle? What's the latest marketing strategy? And people get sucked into listening to these so-called gurus who may have achieved a certain level of success, and that's fine. And we could probably learn something from them, but who we're really listening to is very important, because how they've achieved success and the time that they achieved the success on the certain platform, whatever they did, it might be different. And it doesn't mean it's the only way. It doesn't mean it's the most effective way. The problem is that if we're just working harder, we're grinding, we're forcing, then we risk burning out. And it really depends on what you want. What do you want in your life? Do you want to neglect other areas of your life, your relationship, your health, just to achieve success? Or do you want to think a bit smarter? Do you want to be a bit more effective with your time? And I'm going to be talking about how to do this, how to get success and results, but in a much more powerful and effective way. Because I've experienced this. I've gone through this. I wasted years chasing the latest side hustle, using the latest marketing strategy. And the problem with all this is that there's a fundamental flaw to this. And this is what these so-called hustle gurus aren't talking about. The fact is that they are achieving success because they already know what they want. And they're not talking about this. They're just talking about working hard. They're talking about the external environment, the latest strategy, the latest social media platform, or whatever it is. They're not talking about themselves and within and the work that they've done within. And this is the important thing. This is the powerful concept I really want to talk about, because I wasted so much time chasing these different businesses without knowing what I wanted. And I don't want you to do the same as well, because once I actually got down to what I really wanted, started to do work on myself, my inner development, become more authentic, understand my values. What do I want in life? It's no point just chasing money and not knowing why we're doing it, because we're going to be working in a business we don't really like. And it's going to be hard work. It's going to feel like there's going to be some sort of resistance. You don't need to do that. And here's the thing. If you understand yourself on an authentic level and your values, from that you can discover your purpose. A lot of people don't know what their purpose is, and they're just trying to do the latest side hustle business because they want to make money. They want a bit more time freedom, a bit more financial freedom. But the problem is they're going down a path that's leading them to failure, because it's not going to be sustainable. They're not going to want to stick with it if it doesn't come from a level of authenticity. If we're authentic, we've done a bit of inner understanding of who we are and who we want to be, then discovering our purpose is simple, because we just follow our excitement, and that leads to whatever the business is, whatever teachers or coaches we might need. But we're not focusing on that first. We're focusing on understanding ourselves, and then we understand our purpose. And from there, we can set goals. We know what the business is. We know what we want to do with our life and our time. And another important factor of this is we're not seeking external motivation. We're not going to these gurus for motivation to pump us up, Because we have that level of inspiration from within and we take inspired action from that place, we become more creative and we have ideas coming in. We know what to do next. We just have this level of intuition and we can seek out the coaches and mentors that are going to facilitate that in the external, but it's coming from the internal first. Knowing ourselves is a very important concept. When we're going down this path, we're having a level of inner clarity. Clarity of ourself is very important. And this is what anyone who's achieved the level of success is doing, whether they're actually conscious of it or not, because everyone talks about the external, the marketing strategies, what to do on the outer world. They're not talking about the inner world and how to actually cultivate our authentic self, set goals from that place, not doing it the other way around, which is incorrect and leads people down a path that leads them to burnout, that leads them to failure. And another benefit to this is that we're creating this more of a singular level of focus. We're not getting distracted by all the different advices out there because we know what we want and we know what to seek next. And also because of that, because we're taking that level of inspired action, then we have this internal motivation. And if we want to work longer hours, then we're doing it for the right reason because we're coming from that place of knowing ourselves. So this is a fundamental process that's really worth investing your time into. And if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description of this video where I talk more about these concepts. So the next thing is that if you want to know the one thing that I focus on a daily basis that's using the mind to create better results, create a better quality life, then check out this video here and I'll see you over there.